Hey, this is Jared with Q2A Ministries, and I cannot wait to introduce this new segment to you. This podcast is a new addition to the ministry, and this podcast is called Science, Innovation, and the Bible, Oh My. And what my mission is about this podcast is to bring real world truth to you as far as science discoveries, innovation discoveries, what we're doing in entrepreneurship, what we're doing in business development, what are we doing in technology, what latest and greatest science theories have been formalized. All of these things we are going to now bring forth, or I'm going to be bringing forth with interviews and different content to not only prove to you unequivocally that God, does exist, but that we are created by God and that Jesus Christ did exist and that there was a real intention for him that I can explain objectively, scientifically, and undeniably. And I am here because I have a passion for the truth. A scientist myself, 15 years in college, 4 degrees in science, and then on top of that, filing multiple patents, doing engineering and design, and focusing on this entire system. And I have been birthed out of science. I had faith in science, and let's put it this way: there's a reason why I am selling my portfolio, and I am focused only on this because what I have discovered and what I know is the truth. And I'm going to give it to you, and you deserve it. What you do with it, that's your choice. But I don't want you to make an excuse anymore that God doesn't exist. Oh yeah, we'll prove this, or well then if God does exist, why is Jesus the truth, the light, and the way? All of these, come up with an excuse. Come at me. I am ready for the excuses to stop. And I'm only coming at you at this capacity, and I'm bringing this energy to this podcast because I love you that much. You're a brother, you're a sister. I'm trying to love on you, I'm trying to help you. I'm so sick of the world being deceived and being led the wrong direction. And again, if I haven't said this already, science is man's human attempt to understand God's divinity. Every day we discover something new. You guys, it's like a cheat code in a video game. Now we got a new control in the physical world that we're aware of. Oh wow, we are mighty. We're men. We're gods of our own world. You have got to be kidding me. Science is like being blindfolded with your hands tied behind your back, your feet tied behind your back, about to go climb a mountain face that you've never even been on, let alone read a map and said, good luck getting to the top. Let me know when you get there. That's science. What's more important? The qualitative and the quantitative data that we gather so we can interpret, or the solution? Data, equations, equals, let's theorize and hypothesize. And let's spend our whole career actually doing this. Versus, here's the solution. Is it a lot better to write an equation with the equal sign attached to a solution? Absolutely. It's a lot easier to reverse engineer something that has already been made, right? It works. It's a system. So we reverse engineer it and try to be better at it. Well, man is trying to do that. Here's God. Here's something that's perfect. And then at one point, they understood that God exists. He's trying to understand God, to then kind of getting independent, to forgetting about God, to now we think we are God. And that's what has happened. It's happened once before. It's happening now again. Artificial intelligence, that is definitely going to be a hot topic. Robotics, definitely going to touch on that. Astronomical creation, the Big Bang Theory, Einstein's relativity, space-time fabric. I'm telling you, there's nothing that's not on the table, okay? I am going to touch everything. CERN's Hadron Collider, I am so excited to dive into those discoveries and make it real and tangible for you because you deserve to know. I'm not here to tout. I'm not here to try to look impressive. I'm here for you. So if you don't understand a podcast or a message in which I am trying to kick out each and every week, please get a hold of me. Write a message. or if you are liking the message and you're totally understanding and jiving with what I'm releasing, let me know. Any critique's a good critique. Again, I'm not here for me, I'm here for you. Okay? And so, not only do I have a strong passion to give you the truth, and so we can break down these walls so that when maybe you are a Christ follower and you just want to learn, I want to give you the tools that you need to so your buddy knows what's going on. How many of us that are Christ followers and we want to talk to our friends, but somehow we feel shamed by it, or we feel like we're pushing it on them, or we're too embarrassed? I'll tell you what, Paul wasn't. Paul wasn't embarrassed at all. John wasn't. I mean, Peter wasn't. These guys were not. I mean, they went to the ends of the earth to share the message and the gospel of God and Jesus. But we're afraid to have a small little itty bitty conversation with our buddy that we've probably known for years. Why is that? It's because you yourself have too much doubt. Period. And just own it. You're not picking up your own cross. You may believe, but do you have faith? Believing is a good thing. Faith, hope, and love, now those are divine gifts to hold on to. So that's why I'm here. I want to give you the assurance to have the faith that you need to walk as Jesus has asked us to do. And that's what we're going to do here. And I am so excited and jacked about this podcast moving forward. So this is my introduction. I hope that stirred up the fire that's inside you, because I am so excited to be as loud as I need to be so that guys like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, whoever it is that needs to hear me, hear me. Because all of this talk about, I wonder what the best religion is. Is it Buddha? Is it Muslim? Is it this? Is it that? Is it, whatever it may be, okay? I want to break down all the barriers. I'm not making fun of one religion versus the other. Let me tell you, Christianity has enough of our own crazy religions. There is enough religion out there that we could shake a stick at and hit 4 steeples. Okay? Is that a thing? Right? The steep, whatever. So, religion as a whole, get out of here. Okay? I don't want to call it anything. I want to talk about a father. I want to talk about a son. And I want to talk about the children. Okay? That's what I want to talk about. Let's get names out the way. All right? I don't want us to be so proud and arrogant about what we've been taught, because when I'm going to be done, when I am done with this podcast, you will challenge everything you have ever been taught. That I can promise you. Our God's beautiful. Our God's merciful. Our God, above all, is loving. Jesus is loving. The divinity and the infinitesimal just glory that these prolific things that are in our lives are so much alive and well. I mean, he's the very thing that is pumping the heart in your chest. And I can prove it. And I'm going to prove it. So, if you're up for the task, if you're up for the real truth, the unfiltered truth, the truth that really your average pastor or minister, or really most pastors or ministers, will never be able to give you, because they're not of science descent, if you will. They were taught theology. So why am I here? Great question. Why am I here? When God calls onto you, I believe Jesus even said, he said to me, at least I felt like that recently. He said in the Bible, he goes, you come follow now, the dead will bury themselves. When you were called, you go. Okay? I got that call in November, this past month. And it was very, very, very heavy. Probably within definitely the second week, if not the first week, I got this call. And now I'm here. Okay? So this is what I'm supposed to do. I've walked away from everything so that I can do this. Because God has given me a vision. God has given me a mission. And I will not stop until I complete it. And I am so excited about the message that I'm going to be bringing forth. And I'm going to now share my screen over just a little bit with you so that I can kind of show you some of the motivators that I have currently. So if I move over here really quick, and if you're listening on your car or whatever else, that's cool too. It doesn't really matter. I'm still going to walk you through it. But one of the biggest things that we're going to go after first is going to be the Big Bang Theory, okay? I'm not arguing against the Big Bang Theory. Actually, I'm a proponent of it. So I'm really excited about going over that and really bridging the gap of what all this stuff means. So I'm really excited about going after the Big Bang Theory. And I'm also going to be going after guys like this. YouTube influencers known as like King Croco Duck. Okay, 83.9 thousand subscribers. Doesn't believe in God. Very intelligent man. Talks about quantum theory. Definitely, you can tell that he has an ambition to understand. I don't know, just the theorist of his time. Stephen Hawking is what the guy was trying to get out of my mouth there. But you know, these people of science do not believe in a creator. They do not believe in a God. And on his deathbed, he openly admitted there is no God. Okay? So knowing these things, right, please watch whatever you do on this with a discerning eye and with wise ears, because let me tell you, he's going to do whatever he can to denounce, dethrone, and to prove that God does not exist. And I am tired of it, because that's not just because I know he's wrong doesn't mean we have a lot of impressionable people at any and all ages watching this that might think he is a really brilliant guy, really smart, and he's right, because he's able to do cool things with graphs and charts, and he can talk big words with these really cool equations, and oh man, he must be right. You know, it's funny, a man's ego. Man's ego is dangerous. And of course, the popular Bill Nye versus Ken Ham debate. I'm showing this video right now. This breaks my heart watching this. Again, you know, Ken Ham, I understand he is very much of a science background. He's very much doing his best to approach this issue at hand, trying to convince the science platform of the existence of God and the story of Jesus. But honestly, it falls short, and we all know it did. It fell short. It is what it is. It's still a divide. If you have a divide in a debate, it's still just a divide, okay? There needs to be proof, unequivocal proof to the science community that God exists. So that's what we're going to do here on this podcast. And I will not stop until I have it in the bag, until I have not just your attention, but the world's attention. And I'm going to do it. And I know I can. You guys have no idea what I'm about to do. And I don't say that arrogantly. I say that from the Lord upstairs, who is working through me. He has anointed me. You can make fun of me. You can call it whatever you want. But I have been commissioned. I feel like I just got enlisted. And so this podcast is going to be me openly showing you all that has been shown to me. And let me tell you, you're not ready for it, but I can't wait to show it to you anyways, because we're going to do this together. Remember, you have questions. God's got answers. We're going to do this together. I'm going to do this with you, and you're going to do this with me, because this is going to be just as tough for me as it is going to be for you. So let's absorb this truth together, because it's still pretty heavy on me. And I've been processing it for about a month. And I'm thinking I can't just throw it all at you guys. So I'm taking about 2 months just preparing my community, preparing the church that God has blessed me with. And we're going to do this together. And every day it's becoming easier for me to process. But right now, my primary job is to get this information to you. So if I caught your attention, if I caught that hunger inside you, if you have that thirst to get a deeper relationship with your Lord and Savior, and to really pick up your cross and walk as He did, and to increase your spiritual journey, tune in. I'm going to be doing this around 8 o'clock every Tuesday night. And I'm going to bring in a new topic, a new level. But the very first topic and level that we're going to be going after is the creation story. So I'm going after that next Tuesday. We're going to talk about the creation. And then I understand that that's going to be Christmas Eve, so maybe the following Tuesday. So at least we got this introduction out. So 2 Tuesdays from now, which will be what? That is what? January 7th. January 7th at 8 o'clock. Tune in because I'm going to bring the first bombshell. All right, we're going to talk about Genesis. You guys, there's a lot into Genesis. You have no idea. If you haven't gotten a chance to read my ebook, get online, go read the celestial creation, start wrapping your mind around that, because I'm going to assume you've read that when I get into this podcast here in a couple of weeks. So I hope you have a blessed week. I hope you have an incredible holiday season. Give glory to God as we celebrate Jesus' birth. And I cannot wait to see you next year, 2020. That is going to be an interesting year. God bless. This is Jared with Q2A Ministries. Until next time.